Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Should Ralf Rangnick stay or go? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Ralf Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 4 months. He's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick has lost 4 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. Earlier on this season, he said Ralf Rangnick wants the permanent Man United job. Rangnick, he's a very good coach. He's a German coach. The vast majority of German coaches are very good. Rangnick has endured 1 transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. Man United endured a very disappointing January transfer window because we didn't make any signings. We should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but we blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of January. But there again, Man United let around 8 players leave in January. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Who will be Manchester United's next permanent manager? Well, there's been a lot of rumours coming out about Erik ten Hag. You know, a lot of Manchester United fans would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. Erik ten Hag is Manchester United's preferred managerial candidate. Erik ten Hag has made it clear that he wants to make a move abroad. And Erik ten Hag has told Ajax he wants to leave at the end of the season. Revert back to earlier on this season, he said Erik ten Hag was learning English. It would be good for Erik ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League. He's not yet managed in the Premier League. And I think if Erik ten Hag became Man United's next manager, he would suit the strappings of the club. He would get the best out of these group of players, and he would be capable of winning trophies. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with Ajax. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he's developed the young players well. He's been the Ajax manager for 5 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves. And before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. There's been a lot of rumours coming out about Thomas Tuchel recently. Thomas Tuchel is wanted by Man United. Thomas Tuchel is Man United's number one choice to become the next manager. Thomas Tuchel is a good manager. Tuchel has won the Champions League with Chelsea. Earlier on this season, Tuchel got Chelsea to the Carabao Cup final. He got them to the FA Cup final last season. Chelsea lost both finals. Tuchel has been the Chelsea manager for over a year. He's got a contract with Chelsea until 2024. Before Chelsea, he managed PSG. Before then, he managed Borussia Dortmund. And before then, he managed Mainz 05. And before then, he managed Augsburg. Mauricio Pochettino has been relentlessly linked with the managerial role at Man United. Revert back to earlier on this season, he said Pochettino was on the verge of being sacked by PSG after PSG got knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. It said Mauricio Pochettino will seek to become Manchester United's next manager. Pochettino has been the PSG manager for over a year. He has won a French Cup with them. His contract at PSG expires next year. Before PSG, Pochettino managed Tottenham. He enjoyed a 5.5-year managerial tenure with them. Back in 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. At one point, he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Before Tottenham managed Southampton, he only enjoyed a short managerial tenure with them, but still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. And before Southampton, he managed Espanyol. Revert back to when Man United sacked Jose Mourinho. Manchester United should have got Pochettino, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson, even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. The managers we've sacked since Ferguson, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Then Manchester United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years, despite us winning the FA Cup under him. Then Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. The 3 trophies he won was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield, but the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. So there you go. You know, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have spent around 1.4 billion. And we've only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. We've brought over 40 odd players in since Ferguson retired. And let me put into the equation, Rangnick is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. So none of this squad is Rangnick's. You know, Manchester United have got good players. We've also got inconsistent players as well. So obviously we've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. AS recently said that Ronaldo has no plans to leave Manchester United this summer. Not so long ago, Ronaldo held crunch talks with his agent George Mendes over his Man United future. Ronaldo threatened to quit following his Derby Day absence. You know, Ronaldo did miss the 4-1 game against Man City due to a knock. Ronaldo got a hat-trick against Tottenham at Old Trafford. That was his first hat-trick since he re-signed, and he became the highest scorer in football history. Ronaldo has 18 goals in all competitions since he re-signed for Man United. He's got over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt. His contract at Manchester United expires next year, but there's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives nearly £500,000 a week, so reflecting on that, is the highest earner at Man United at the moment. And Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Anthony Elanga, he's done really well since he broke into our first team squad. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said that Anthony Elanga was close to leaving Manchester United. Earlier on this season, Anthony Elanga got racially abused on social media after he missed the decisive penalty against Middlesbrough in the Cup. Elanga has been part of the club for a long time, you know. He came up our academy, he joined Man United's academy at the age of 12 and now he's 19, so he's still young. And Elanga's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Jadon Sancho, we're getting the best out of him now. You know, Jadon Sancho did enjoy a bad start to his career at Manchester United. You know, not every player does settle in straight away. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position, and there was quite a few games Sancho didn't play under Solskjaer. You know, Manchester United signed Sancho last summer from Borussia Dortmund. We got him in a deal worth 78 million. With add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. Sancho's got a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Sancho did enjoy 4 good years with Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Marcus Rashford, he's a good player overall, but Rashford has endured a lot of poor games this season. A lot of United fans, including me, have said that Rashford has not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem. Earlier on this season, he had a minor leg injury. You know, Rashford could leave Man United in the summer. It said yesterday, this was stemming from Samuel Luckhurst, it said Barcelona are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. Real Madrid have been interested in him. PSG have been interested in him as well, and Atletico Madrid have been in for him. So he's been subjected to transfer speculation. Earlier on this season, it said Marcus Rashford is considering his future with Man United as he is concerned about his lack of playing time. Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016, and since then he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. Rashford's contract at Manchester United expires next year. You know, we've got Edison Cavani. He's a good player. Cavani, I think, will be leaving this summer. Cavani's been linked to a move to Brazil. He's also been linked to a move to La Liga. Cavani's out of contract in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Not so long ago, Cavani had a groin injury. Cavani's had quite a few injuries since he signed for the club. You know, we've got Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a very good player. He's one of our best players, and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for around 2 years. Man United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Earlier on this season, Fernandes rejected a contract offer from Man United. He said Bruno Fernandes' contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. He said Fernandes was demanding similar money to the top earners at the club. Fernandes receives £100,000 a week at the moment. He's under contract to Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. We've got Jesse Lingard, you know, not good enough to represent the club. Well, Jesse Lingard doesn't get in the team anyway. You know, Lingard is out of contract in the summer. He has been part of the club for a long time. He risen up our academy in that. He should have left in January, like I mentioned. At the second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham, and he made an impact. We've got Juan Mata. Don't have a perception on Mata anymore because he doesn't get in the team. He lost his place in the team a while ago. But Mata has had a good career at Manchester United. He's made around 278 appearances in all competitions. He's scored over 50 goals. Mata has been at Manchester United for 8 years. So reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Man United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014. Got him for 37.1 million. We've got Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Pogba hasn't been too good in his last, 4 or 5 games, but he's done well in the other games since he recovered from injury. Now, not so long ago, Pogba's house got burgled during Manchester United's game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League last 16-second leg. Not so long ago, Pogba's trainer claimed that Pogba wants to leave Old Trafford. It said Pogba is interested in a Juventus return. Well, Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he re-signed for Man United. Earlier on this season, it said Paul Pogba was open to Premier League offers if he leaves Man United this summer. Paul Pogba does have a good relationship with Ralf Rangnick. You know, Pogba's out of contract in the summer, like I said. Man United paid £89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive sign at the moment. And this season has been his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. We've also got Fred. You know, I don't think Fred is good enough to represent the club, but Fred has had his good games under Rangnick. Man United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk, got him for around £50 million. We've also got Scott McTominay. You know, Scott McTominay, he's not good enough to represent the club. I said earlier on this season that McTominay was one of our best performers under Rangnick. McTominay's been part of the club for a long time. Revert back to 2020. He committed his future to the club because he signed a 5-year contract. We've also got Matic, not good enough, but Matic has had his good games at Man United. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he's been given his opportunities. Matic is the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. I'm expecting Matic to leave in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer. He's been at Manchester United for over 4 years. Man United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017. Got him for £40 million. We've got Alex Telles. He's a good left back. Telles has really impressed me under Rangnick. Telles is our first choice left back under Rangnick. Man United got Telles from Porto back in 2020, got him for 15.4 million with add-ons included. The reason we brought Telles in was to provide competition for Shaw. We've got Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's a good left back overall, but he hasn't been that good this season. I thought last season he was far superior to how he has been this season. Shaw's had some injuries this season. Well, he is injury prone, which is a concern. He's been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. I think Shaw's contract at Man United expires next year. We've got Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is not good enough to represent the club. I think Man United will look to sell Maguire in the summer. I can't understand how Harry Maguire is still Manchester United captain. A lot of Man United fans are demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. Prior to the City game, it said Harry Maguire was upsetting his teammates in the dressing room. Manchester United paid 80 million for Maguire, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. Maguire's been at Manchester United for over 2 years now. He's had a few injuries as well since he came to the club. We've got Varane. I think Varane is a very good centre-half. Most of the time when he plays, he seems to make the difference. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him. Man United signed Varane from Real Madrid last summer. Man United paid 34 million up front. It risen up to 41-42 million with add-ons. Varane's got a contract with Man United until 2025 as an option of a further year. He's had some injuries as well since he came to Man United. We've got Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is a good centre-half, but he doesn't get in the team now and he is injury prone, which is a concern. Manchester United got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016. Man United paid 30 million for him. Brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. In April last year, Bailly signed a contract with Man United until 2024. We've also got Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof's not good enough, but he has had his good games, especially under Rangnick. Man United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017, got him for 31 million. He's under contract with Man United until 2024, is Lindelof. Lindelof's been at the club for around 5 years. We've got Phil Jones, not good enough. Well, Phil Jones doesn't really get in the team, does he? Man United will look to offload Phil Jones in the summer. Jones has been at Manchester United for around 10 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. Next year his contract at Man United expires. We've got Diego Dalot. Dalot's impressed me under Rangnick. He's had his good games. Dalot's our first choice right back under Rangnick. Do you think Dalot will leave Manchester United in the summer? He has been subjected to transfer speculation before. Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience, and Man United got Dalot from Porto. and we paid £19 million for him. His contract at Man United expires next year. We've got Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is not good enough. I think defensively most of the time he's good, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Bissaka is not our first choice right back under Rangnick. This season has been Bissaka's third full season at Man United. Man United got Bissaka from Crystal Palace back in 2019. Got him for £50 million. You know, we've got De Gea. First choice keeper. He's a world-class keeper. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Second choice goalkeeper is Dean Henderson. He's a good keeper but doesn't get in goal much because we revert back to last summer. De Gea reclaimed that number one spot back. You know, this season Henderson's only made 3 appearances. Our third choice goalkeeper's Tom Heaton. But he's just a backup, doesn't get in goal. Got him from Aston Villa on the free last summer. And I think Lee Grant is still at the club. So there you go. The Glazers, you know, they're still at Manchester United. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. We've got to get the Glazers out of the club. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.